You have probably heard arguments on this before, in Reddit, rage quit videos, and in game. One of the biggest arguments in Top War is whether it's free to play or pay to win. This is a pretty big deal to most players, and the answer might surprise you. I'm going to break down the answer to you in this video and probably start some arguments. So let's go. Hello Tuberverse, I am One Noob, and today we're starting a series on Top War. Top War is a huge game, with new servers being created all of the time. Also, because so many people play Top War, it's well supported by River Game, which is the company that made this monster in the first place. In order to keep people playing Top War, they have changed it over and over again. So it's important to keep up with how the game is designed today. Top War wants to make money, and there's no surprise there. If you ever come across a company that doesn't want to make money, either it's going under in a year, or it's going to steal your kidneys when you turn your back. Top War has figured out that it can make money by either making you watch ads in exchange for gems, or convincing you to buy stuff. So don't worry about checking for your kidneys. I've had 0 reports of players waking up absent a kidney due to playing Top War. Top War has learned to accommodate different types of players. Overall in Top War, you can take your time and grow for free, or spend money and get strong fast. Then of course there are the whales, and they make Moby Dick look like a minnow in Top War. No matter what type of player you are, what's important is that you learn the foundation of how to play Top War. If you miss out on this, you can waste months of work, or sometimes a couple big bags of money. This is why I created an entire series called Top War Foundations. Please take a minute to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and enable notifications. It helps me grow, and that way you'll always know when new content is added for Top War. Plus, I have kidney insurance if you'd like it. More on that in an upcoming video. These are some basic types of players that can become strong and dominate in game. As we go over these types of players, ask yourself which type you are. It's going to come in handy in future videos as we work on how to get strong in this game. First up, we're going to talk about our free-to-play players. These players need to know the foundations of gameplay fast. Getting stronger takes them the longest amount of time, and people rush to get to level 80. That's the top level, by the way, if you're new. Don't worry, there's a bunch of stuff that might be covered here you might not have heard before. It's alright, relax. When they do this, they miss out on a lot of important stuff, and they end up the weakest level 80 players on the whole server. There's a lot of rage quitting that happens at this point, sadly, because everybody and their friend was like, get to level 80 as fast as you can. Yeah, so then they get smushed over and over again until they catch up on the things they should have done earlier in the game. Next, we have our donor players. I made this term up, okay, relax. These players will throw upwards of about 50 bucks into a game if they like it. So it's like, hey, thanks, you did a good job. Here's some stuff. It's like a swag pack. You can spend a lot less than this in Top War and really accelerate your growth. Still, you have to know the foundations. I can't say this enough, but knowing the foundations, no matter your amount of spend, is vital to enjoying Top War. It's deceptively simple really early in the game, and Top War does a terrible job of explaining how to play this game. So now let's talk about regular spenders. These players have a budget and buy on budget. I might talk to you about how to do a budget a bit later on in the series. These people tend to be strong, long-term players. It's critical for them to know how to spend in order to get the best long-term bang for their buck, which I cover in multiple videos. Next up, we have spenders for speed. There's a lot of danger in this style of gameplay. These players want to get big fast, and they're okay with spending in order to get as strong as they can as fast as possible. If you don't have enough money to keep this going for months and months and months and months on end, you'll likely rage quit when you figure out that you could have just played the game the right way and got there for free. So if you find yourself leaning this way with purchases, be honest with yourself up front on if you can spend this way or not for months and months and months on end. You'll get a lot more enjoyment out of the game if you're honest with your finances this way. And it'll stop you from rage quitting when you learn that somebody has spent 1/10 of what you have in game and they smush you. Last, but certainly not least, we have the whales. These people buy everything because, well, they just kind of buy everything. If you think you might be a whale, You probably aren't. Most whales don't realize they are, they just kind of own everything. That's the real big difference. If you think one night you might drink too much or whatever and have a good time and I'm gonna get real strong, and you spend about $1,000 or $2,000, you're gonna go up against a whale that does that a lot, and things aren't gonna be okay. For whales, I still highly recommend learning the foundations of the game because spending smart will leave bags of money for you to use on things that matter instead of things that don't. You can be any of these types of players and enjoy Top War. I can teach you how. It all comes down to learning the foundations of gameplay as fast as possible so that you don't make a mistake and get smushed. People argue that Top War is a pay to win because you can't get the best heroes if you're a free-to-play player. This isn't even remotely true. Let me show you the Mysterious Treasure event where I bought the most recent hero launched for gems. You can get a lot of gems for free if you know how to play the game, and I'll help you with that in future videos. Keep in mind, this was the most recent hero when I filmed this video. They release a new hero about once every month or so inside of the game, and they're always available for gems first. Yeah, you gotta have money. Yeah, so that makes sense. Sure. So now it's true that outside of free heroes, once you miss the launch of a new hero, you'll likely need to buy that hero if you want them in the future. This is a terrible strategy. In all games like this, the heroes slowly get stronger over time. So you don't want the old heroes, okay? Now I know when you see videos where people have all their heroes maxed out, you get all jelly, and I can totally relate. But no one that actually wants you to get strong in game would recommend you to do this. Just collect orange shards and wait. Time is on your side in Top War. Please trust me on this. People also argue that there are items exclusively available for pay players. So Top War just isn't a free-to-play game. This is also ridiculous. People point to skins and decor bundles in particular here, and they say, see, since you can't have those things, the pay players will always smush you. This is a really narrow-minded view. Right now, I'm showing you some of the examples of free decor items that I attained through specific free strategies, and we'll go through those in upcoming videos. If you know how to play the game right, you will go through periods where you're one of the weaker players on your server, and periods where you're one of the stronger players on your server. This is regardless of spending money in-game. There are plenty of free decor items you can get in-game, and even some skins on occasion if you play your cards right. The longer and smarter you play, the stronger you're going to get in this thing. Also, this mindset of, well, you gotta pay money to be good at this game, it doesn't really take into account that Top War is a community game. Plenty of rewards come out of being in the top alliances in your server, and pay players need free players in their alliances. You heard that right. The reason for this is that most pay players become combat elite players, and most free players and occasional spenders become mechanical masters. Now don't worry about what these mean right now if they're new terms to you. Just know that without having mechanical masters, it's hard to win important events against other servers. And free-to-play players can be very, very strong mechanical masters, especially over time. Last, but certainly not least, there are tons of regular events that, as long as you understand how to play them, and you consistently playing is a very big thing here, you will get stronger and stronger against lazy players. There are a lot of lazy players out there. It's just a thing. Everybody wants to know, what's the best hero? This is kind of a weird mindset because you just think, well, if I just get that and I max it out, I'm going to beat everybody. Everyone shall be smushed. It doesn't work that way. That's not what's going to keep you strong. I could tell you the best hero today, and in 3 months it may not be true. Knowing the foundations of playing Top War, it's a lot more important, and it's going to keep you stronger longer, okay? So, in this video, I didn't show a lot of gameplay, and I know most of you are like, I want to see the game. Trust me, I always prove what I'm saying using gameplay. More information is coming for you, and I'm going to do a lot of future videos for you to kind of go through all the mechanics. You're going to get plenty of time to see me play in-game awkwardly as I fumble around through all the red dots and the buttons and the menus and the screens and the buttons inside the menus inside of the screens. It's a circus in there, I know. So what do you think so far? Please leave me a comment to let me know your thoughts. And again, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification button so that you know when new videos go online. If I haven't convinced you yet that Top War is great for all types of players, start getting into my foundation videos. Again, I know there wasn't a lot of gameplay here, and so you might think, he's just talking, but give me a little bit of time. Go through some of my videos. I think I'll change your mind if you are sitting really hardly on the you can't have fun if you're a free-to-play player camp, okay? So Top War is tons of fun, and it's a great community-based strategy game for anyone of any age, in my opinion. I'll do my best to keep rolling out material to help you smush your enemies. Just smush those buttons to help my channel grow in exchange, please. And I look forward to seeing you again in my next video.